What's up guys, Vic here with PhoneArena, and today we have the brand new Galaxy S23 Ultra and it's time to test it out, the video, the photo recording. We're starting with the selfie video. It can record in 4K with the front camera, and right now we're comparing it against the Pixel 7 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So what do you think about the video quality in terms of detail, dynamic range, and just video stabilization? Let me pan around. This is what it looks like. Alright, here they are, three of the best camera phones you can buy. The iPhone and the Google Pixel both have a triple camera system, while the Galaxy steps it up to 4 cameras with an additional zoom lens. In terms of design, the Galaxy really stands out for me. The cameras are now bigger and have this metal ring that goes above the glass of the lens, so it's well protected from scratches. I like this new look, but I have to admit it's also an absolute dust trap. The iPhone hasn't changed much in the last few years, and as for the Pixel, I like the camera styling, but the metal on the back scratches so easily, as you can see here. And just before we continue, a quick reminder to subscribe to our channel, PhoneArena, as we've got battery comparisons, full reviews, and loads more videos coming soon. Alright, let's jump right into the camera app. That's why we're here, that's the cool stuff. And when we switch to the different lenses, you have the ultra wide at 0.5x on the iPhone and the Pixel, and 0.6x on the Galaxy, but the iPhone is actually a bit wider than the other two. Then we've got the 1x main camera. Here the Galaxy actually offers the widest view. What you notice right away with the Galaxy is that it can look really bad in the viewfinder compared to the iPhone and the Pixel. But then when you actually take the picture, you see it's completely different and looks so much better, so keep that in mind. And then you have 2x zoom on the iPhone and the Pixel, and this one is interesting. Google and Apple use a crop of the main sensor, so it's not just digital zoom, it's better. And we were hoping to see the same feature in the Galaxy, but unfortunately it's not there, and you can see how the Samsung has less detail at 2x zoom, which is a bit disappointing. And 2x zoom is also great for portrait photos. It's not too wide and it's not too close. It would have been great and quite useful in the Galaxy. Alright, moving on, we got the 3x zoom on the Galaxy and the iPhone, and then on the Pixel you have digital zoom all the way until 5x. That's where the telephoto lens kicks in, and you can see it makes a difference and you get a cleaner shot than the other two. And finally you have 10 times zoom on the Galaxy, which remains the longest zoom of any mainstream smartphone, and it's great when you have good light. You can capture shots that look straight out of National Geographic, but remember that this lens really needs a lot of light. And here in these photos taken on a cloudy day, it struggles a bit, and you can see that even the digital zoom from the iPhone looks quite close in those conditions. And here's a quick video comparison of the different zoom levels. At 3x zoom, the Galaxy and the iPhone look better as the Pixel has crushed the shadows. But then at 5x zoom, the iPhone looks washed out and the Galaxy has a lot of noise, so the Pixel jumps ahead. And finally, at 10x zoom, the Galaxy takes the lead, but actually I was surprised that the other two phones are not too far behind. However, the star of the show on the new Galaxy has got to be that new 200 megapixel main camera. By default, the Galaxy will still capture 12 megapixel photos, and they mostly look very similar to before. You still have very punchy saturated colors that Samsung is known for, and I like this look most of the time, but it can also be too much. And it would be nice to have a setting to switch to more neutral colors. You can also easily switch to 50 megapixel mode, and you can also take pictures in the full 200 megapixel resolution. Now, I don't recommend using the full resolution all the time for two reasons. One, it takes very long to capture and then also to process every photo, but also the file sizes can get quite big. Take a look at this same photo at 12 megapixels, it's just 5 megabytes in size. At 50 megapixels, it's 3 times larger, and at the maximum 200 megapixel resolution, it's nearly 8 times larger at about 43 megabytes. However, when you zoom in, you can see a big difference in detail with the 50 megapixel photo, and then again an even better looking shot at the full resolution. So if you know you have that one special shot and you have good light, just go for the 200 megapixels. Now the iPhone has something similar with Pro RAW, but it's a RAW file that you have to edit, and you cannot easily share. So I think Samsung's approach is just a bit better, and Google doesn't even support shooting at the full 50 megapixel resolution of its sensor, so 1 point goes to the Galaxy this round. Now for the rest of this, we stick with the defaults, so 12 megapixel shots on all phones, and all three take great photos during the day, but each has its own character that shows right away. You can see the vibrant look of the Galaxy, and the iPhone goes for these brighter photos, while the Pixel has the most toned down and often even underexposed look. But interestingly, the Galaxy struggled with the white balance on a cloudy day, and the usual bright colors were gone, and we got these photos with the blue tint all over them. It's not just one image, most of them are like this, so I hope Samsung can fix this in the future, but it's a win for the iPhone and the Pixel in these conditions. And in terms of detail, you notice that the iPhone has excessive over sharpening, which can look really bad if you photograph things like tree branches, and it occasionally lacks the dynamic range of the other two, as in this shot. But what about nightography? By the way, that's a word Samsung made up just to convince us the Galaxy has really improved, and we do like its look. So you have pleasing colors and a good amount of detail, but to be honest, not a huge difference from the iPhone and the Pixel. In this next shot of the moon, the Galaxy has the most accurate colors. That was the real color of the sky that night, and it also exposes the sand better than the Pixel. And of course, you can get these really impressive moon shots on the Galaxy that you cannot get on the other two. On this next shot, I would take the Pixel over the other two as it has the more pleasing colors, and look at how clean the rocks look here. The next few shots look very similar on all three phones. You can probably nitpick, but really all of them do a pretty good job. Occasionally the Pixel takes a stunning shot at night like this one, so even though the Galaxy has improved, I think the Pixel still has the slight edge in the so-called nightography. But you let me know what are your thoughts on this in the comments below. But hang on, we have to look at one more thing separately, portrait mode. Because after all, you want your friends and close ones to look great in pictures, and if there was one mode where the Galaxy just kills the competition, it has to be portrait mode. Just look at these pictures taken at night. The Pixel looks grainy and just bad. The iPhone has a lot of noise in it, but the Galaxy just looks so clean, and you can take great shots even with the zoom camera at night. Now that is really impressive. Alright, and next up we test the main camera. So this is 4K 30 video recording with the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the other two phones. And let's slowly pan the cameras around, just very slowly seeing how it adjusts to different exposure, the brighter skies and then the darker areas, the shadowy areas. It should be a very smooth transition. Now next up, follow me as I walk back, and it's just a casual situation. If you're just holding your phone, recording video, and see which phone has a better video stabilization right now. Let's walk a bit faster now. So this is just the default stabilization. The Galaxy S23 Ultra has 2 times wider stabilization, so it should be much better than before. And how is the Galaxy S23 Ultra doing in low light video recording? Like right here in the bar, it's pretty dark. Does it record good looking video? That's the big promise of the new 200 megapixel camera, but does it actually deliver? So let's also pan around and see the different lights around the bar and how they look with the Galaxy, the iPhone and the Pixel. Alright guys, next up we have the main camera, video recording at night at low light conditions, and this is where Samsung says that we're gonna see the biggest improvements in video recording right here at night with that new sensor. This incandescent light shining on the road, it's very orangey on the Galaxy, and here is the water, the sea. It's pretty dark out there, so these phones actually reveal a lot of the scene. Check out that bar, it's pretty cold out here, but you can see the dynamic range. You Get in a bit closer. This bar looks really cozy. With these lights you can see the flaring on the iPhone. It's a problem on the iPhone which is very noticeable. But what about the Galaxy? And of course the Pixel 7 Pro, we also have it here. How is that phone doing at night? It's getting pretty windy and chilly. Alright, and here you can see the moon. That's pretty cool. Take a look at this view right here. Now, if I had to say which one is more realistic, I would have to go actually with the Pixel. And of course, again, pretty dark here. Maybe just not quite as dark as the Pixel. Maybe not just quite as dark. This is the view that I wanted you to see. It does look cleaner on the iPhone as far as I can see here on the viewfinder. This is where we came from, the bar and whatnot. Once again, let me show you the moon right over there. Beautiful, beautiful view. So let's summarize. Here is what we liked about the Galaxy S23 Ultra. First, night photos have improved with the new main camera, so you have less noise and cleaner shots. Second, portrait mode continues blowing our mind. It's amazing, even at night. Third, the Galaxy still is the best camera for zooming for both photos and videos. And also, the new 50 megapixel mode is great and gives you that extra detail. And here's what we didn't like about it. First, the white balance issues. On a cloudy day, most of our shots had a blue tint. Second, in good light, you get the typical oversaturated colors, and we wish there was a way to tone them down. Third, you still have shutter lag, and the camera is not as fast as, say, an iPhone. And last, the photo you take always looks different from what you see in the viewfinder. So what do you think? Which phone came out on top in this camera comparison? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button as we've got full reviews and battery comparisons coming soon. And I'll catch you next time right here on PhoneArena.